Howdy everybody. Hey, thanks for subscribing and liking and commenting and stuff. So I got a Mercury. This is a 250 ProXS. Got the hood off. It's over there. 3-liter V6. It's the Optimax. So I was having a little water pressure issue. I popped both of these thermostats off, and they're up here on both sides. To do that, you got to remove fuel rail. I got it sitting up there. It just plugs into this hole down here, and you got a keeper clip, which is this guy, and a couple screws. These are these of course, these got a little hex, Allen hex key. I can't remember what it was, number 6 I think. I can't remember, I can look it up. Anyway, you want to remove that so you can get to these 2 bolts, and then it's pretty simple. On this side you got this in the way, which this will come up. I have to just leave it, and then I just used a little box wrench, a 5/16. This is a 5/16 bolts. So I'm gonna clean this gasket up, this old gasket, get it all off there on both sides, and then what we're gonna do is anyway, it's pretty. But what we want to do is put these back on without the thermostat and do a flush. Now you got, this is a 1/2 inch. Just get like if you get a 1/2 inch extension, you can put this on here, and then just take a box wrench and this will come off. But I'm gonna do a thorough flush. So, because I don't know if that piece of wood is blocking. This is our pee hole. I got it's peeing out good, but I'm gonna go ahead and flush it just because I want to be safe. So, but to do that, you gotta. This is tie wrapped on the little hose on the back side of here. So what I'm gonna end up doing is, because it's way down in there. I mean, it's really down in there. And I mean, I can pop this out. You know, it'll pop out. I don't know if I can get to it or not. I have to look and see. But I may have to separate the cowling. Yeah, I don't know if I can get it down there or not. Maybe. You just don't want to break it. You know, it's kind of the thing. So yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and just separate it. But this helps me get to that bottom bolt. Now you got a thing you pop out here, but man, you know, I don't trust it. It's like I don't want that to break on me. So it's four bolts. One's below there, one's up here, one's down here. Where's it at? One's down there, and then you got one that's down there, and then the cowling to separate. And so hook up a water hose here, and then that's how you can flush it. Now I got the other 2 out. Got the other 2 thermostats out, and I just threw them in an old pan. I use this pan a lot just for this, but I got my thermostats, old thermostats. One of them on the side down in here had a little piece of wood and it was stuck open, and so I kind of cleaned it out just to see if they would seal back and open. And I got one good one. I don't know which one it is, but the other one is and it is opening, but it's not opening all the way, and it's not closing all the way. So it's kind of a service item. Well, it's not kind of a service item, it is a service item, and it sucks because these are $100 a piece. Now if you order them online, you can get it for, you know, maybe 70, 80 bucks, right? But still, I mean, it's $80 for a thermostat. You know, you can get a car thermostat, it's 40 bucks. But anyway, clean all that up, put the bolts back into here, and then once I do all that and flush it, then I'll know it's good. Now, to really do a good flush, you almost, sometimes, I mean, it's tight, but you can take a piece of hose, rubber, you know, like regular hose, and you can fasten you something to push the water up this way from the lower unit. But I'm not going to do all that. I think that's fine. I think most of our flushes up here. And anyway, let's make sure we've got all our passageways clear. Okay, so I got the thermostat housings back on. I didn't put a gasket on there, so I just put a couple rags just if it leaks. Got my water hose hooked up because this is disconnected, and then I got there's my tube right there, and I've got the water on, but I've got a little valve I can open it up, and I'm just open it up slow. So you can see it leaked a little bit over here because, you know, there's no gasket on it or anything. Before I fire it up or anything, I'll just make sure it's dry. Get my air compressor out, blow it off after I put the thermostat in it. I'm talking about this little thing. It makes it easier to get that bolt whenever you get that plug out. Otherwise, to get that, I kind of have this set up. I can go down and get underneath it and get it. Okay, so we got two thermostats. 8M, I'm sure we can see this, but 8M 57307, 130 degree thermostat. So we got two of those, and then we got 27-8503181. So that's two gaskets for the thermostat housing. So they just go in like this. These two, doesn't matter where you decide. Okay, just match them up. Alright, here I'm just putting the two bolts that hold on the thermostat housing with the gasket. And I'm doing this side, and then I'll jump over and do the other side. You can see what I'm doing here. You know, the other ones you can reach with a nut driver. Would have been nice if we always complain about it, but would have been nice if like somebody in the engineering department would have realized this was an issue. And I know I could probably take that fitting out But then I don't really want to do that if I don't have to. And I'm just going to go by hand, get it tight. That's it. So then I'll do the other side. Alright, so putting those thermostats on is pretty easy. There is a torque setting for the bolts. I think it was 10, might have been 14 inch-pounds, but I didn't even go by that. I just did them hand tight until I could feel it. You don't want to strip them out. Obviously, aluminum bolts on aluminum heads, so we're going to do that. And then to finish it all up, you just got to put the cowling back on, and that's the 4 bolts that hold it together. So it really is a lot easier to split the cowling. And once you do it a few times, it really doesn't take you very long to split that cowling. I mean, it's like less than 5 minutes. You could probably do it. If you haven't done it the first time, then it'll take a little longer. But with that wrench setup that I have with the 1/4 inch driver and the elbow, and then I think it was a number 8 or metric 8, and all you have to do is just, you can actually reach that down in the back, you know, where I just put my hand, and you can kind of put it in there. I use that little nut driver on the end of my ratchet too. That helps get it on the head of that bolt. And you'll use the same setup for in front, and removing the 2 in the back, you use the little elbow and one in front, and then the one on the bottom is just straight. When you take this side, the right side of the motor, when you take that cowling off, all you have to do is, you do have to disconnect your tilt trim switch. It's pretty simple. Anyway, it all goes off and on pretty easy, and it just gives you more access. So, and I recommend flushing them. Alright. So anyway, those are back in now, and we just got to put the cowling back together, and I'll be done with this one. Well, let's hope I'm done with it.